What's going on this week in Nerf? Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and there is so much to go over this week. We've got Nerf Leaks, we've got Dart Zone leaks and actual announcements, we've got a ton of community stuff. Let's do it. News time. Utter Travesty is back with the leaks. He found a handful of Roblox Microshots on blowitoutahere.com, a distribution site. So there's the Alpha, the Bravo, and the Charlie. Unfortunately, with names like those, it's not really enough information about whether that's a placeholder name or a game reference from one of the billions of Roblox games that exists. I guess we'll see pretty soon because it's slated for an August 1st release. We also have some images of the Roblox Jailbreak Armory set. There's not a lot of extra information on the box, but luckily it's pretty self-explanatory. They're single-shot Hammer Prime pistols. The green one looks like bamboo, which is really, really strange. And the orange is just blocks. Moving on from that, we also have images of the Fortnite SMG Zesty. It's a mag-fed top prime blaster, and it seems pretty similar to the Retaliator, but that's okay. Retaliators are awesome. The stock and the barrel are removable, and I absolutely adore this color scheme. It's so beautiful. That'll be 35 pounds. The Ultra Select was also leaked. This is a mag-fed Ultra Flywheeler with a secret. You can swap in between two magazines for the fastest reloading possible. The front grip looks to be a mechanism for sliding the magwell side to side to choose which one you want to fire from. And aesthetically, I love that they have abandoned that hideous gold plastic in favor of more orange. Although I am not sure what kind of human is meant to rest their shoulder on that stock. It's so lumpy. Dart Zone was at FoamFest, and their representative Brian got to speak to Drac about upcoming products and changes. So it's pretty awesome that many Dart Zone blasters will very soon be available in Europe, notably the Nexus Pro, the Villainator, and the Spectrum. Blastertime.eu will have a pretty decent selection of these blasters starting in July, so that's super cool for folks over the pond. And Singapore recently got some Dart Zone blasters at their Toys R Us, and it's pretty neat that Dart Zone picked an active community member, Piggy, as their brand ambassador. That's just cool. But more than expanding their reach, Dart Zone will also expand their lineup with over 10 new blasters slated to release this year. That is insane. During a discussion about the Dart Zone Pro Mark III, the chat was politely but firmly requesting that Michelle help consult on the DZP Flywheeler, whenever they decide to make one. To which Brian replied, well, we'll just roll the clip.
I will say the MK3 design is finalized, so we'll have to table that offer, but I'll keep, I will...
Did anybody else just catch that? Because I just... Interesting.
It's done. I mean, it's, it is...
yep. It wasn't.
I'm not saying it anymore.
After the Mark III was inadvertently leaked as a flywheeler, he also said that the Mark III would be available before the Dart Zone Pro Tour tournament next year. Yes, a sponsored tournament. All we know so far is that there will be 4 regional qualifiers with 2 teams from each. The first place team gets a $1,000 travel voucher to attend the large Top 8 tournament during End War 2022. The rules for the tournament haven't been released just yet, but it was stated that homemade and modded blasters will be allowed in the qualifiers so long as they, fall under the FPS cap and follow the other regulations that will soon come out. But the top 8 will be Dart Zone blasters only. It hasn't been confirmed if these blasters can be modded or not, but either way, I'm trying to get back into shape so that I can represent Dauntless to the best of my ability and hopefully, fingers crossed, take home my 4th national title. That'd be pretty great. And, you know, $10,000 in cash and prizes would be cool, I guess. Worker has been making their own shells for existing Hasbro internals for years, but they're finally taking a stab at the high-end blaster space with the Swift. The Swift is an injection-molded, pump-grip, short-dart blaster. I've seen people claim that it's a reshell of a Longshot, a Caliburn, or even just a Worker Sita, but they're wrong. Look at the length of prime. It's not quite Centurion levels of long prime action, but it's big. And the plunger tube is massive. I can't think of a blaster with a plunger tube that large off the top of my head. And the spring is nearly 14 inches long. It's just a lot in there. It's got a safety, and there's definitely some internal design DNA that was been ported over from the Terminator, so hopefully they did a better job this time around. It accepts talents and looks to have a flared magwell, which is great. The foregrip and the main grip both look pretty comfortable, and it's got a hidden hex wrench and an adjustable stock. The Swift also just has an awesome sci-fi feel. I love that Worker seems to be listening to us a little bit and trying to avoid the milsim silhouettes, at least with this blaster. You can see the road that Worker was going down in this prototype image, and I am so glad they changed it. This looks unique and fun, and we have already ordered a batch to sell in our shop because if this thing doesn't suck, it's going to be a popular blaster. And now, Rapid Strikes. There's a lot today. On May 11th, Etsy sent an email to sellers stating that they will not allow gun parts or any accessories that attach to a firearm. This makes many Nerf sellers a little bit nervous about our plethora of accessories that could be attached to a real steel firearm. And this goes into effect on May 25th, so we'll likely report on the real-life effects of this new rule on the next episode. I think bolt action feels pretty cool, and apparently so does Captain Slug. He just released the Indra. It's like a Caliburn, but bolt action, so it's cooler. Hardware kits are available for $45, and printed parts are available on Thingiverse, or get a build-it-yourself kit for $115. You know what else is cool? Vortex. I think it's one of the most fun ammo types, and Buff Daddy Nerf made Paragon, a Vortex flywheel blaster. Maybe this will be the thing that brings back Vortex. A couple more Adventure Force blasters should be available pretty soon. The Trigger Fire is a bizarre $20 30-dart drum blaster with no trigger, despite the name. Just squeeze the whole handle to both prime and fire. And then there's the Matrix Fire. It's another odd one, coming in at $30. It's another hopper dart blaster, but this time it's motorized and full auto. It boasts 3 darts per second and ranges up to 80 feet. Every iteration of hopper has been a little bit better, so I'm really interested to try this one out and see if it's actually consistent or not. Looking forward to it. Foam Knight released another blaster, the RX. This one has an awesome revolver look, but an unexpected function. It has a break action prime and front loads full or half-length darts. And I love that it comes in both a full and a snub nose configuration. It looks super cool. Half-lengths should hit around 70 to 80 FPS, and you can get this cool-looking holdout for $30 or just a hardware kit for $20 on Etsy. Similar to the Supreme collaboration with the Takedown, we should see some beautiful color schemes for the Disruptor come out of a collab with Just Hype. What is that? Some fashion thing, I guess. But these colorways are gorgeous and will be dropping on May 28th. It's been a while since we took a look at X-Shot, but that old Nerf guy found some images of the Dino Attack Extinct, which is a super cute single-shot front loader with an adorable deployable plastic blade. I really dig the aesthetic of the Dino Attack line, and on this itty-bitty blaster, I'm surprised to see 4 dart storage holes. I like it. And our main story is even more Dart Zone news, like a lot more. There's just so much Dart Zone. They just started a blog and they were just filling it up with content. So here we go. This is the Max Striker. It's a pump action springer for full or half lengths, reaching 125-foot ranges and 150 FPS. That will be at Target for $50. The most obvious comparison is the Nexus Pro, but they claim that it's more than just a Nexus reskin. They say it's a, quote, 100% original composition. So I'm pretty interested to see exactly how this blaster is different. It comes with a muzzle brake, a stock, a scope, and 2 magazine variations. And what I love about this is they're continuing with that universal mag adapter system like the Nexus Pro that's been confirmed through Facebook messages. And it comes with a brand new tapered dart tip. I'm really looking forward on comparing that to the current options that we have. Love seeing new darts. And this Max Accurate Pro dart tip is going to be available for $14.99 for 150 half-length darts. Not too bad. But we don't stop with the dart news. There's a whole other dart coming out. The Diamond Dart is coming 2021 with the Dart Zone Blaster releases. It's a bright red dart with a green tip and boasts FPS up to 100. I still think it's a little funny when companies talk about FPS separately from blasters, like the dart just falls out of the air at 101 FPS. Unlikely to actually happen, but it amuses me to visualize that. It'll come in a 200 pack for $12.99 at Target this fall, which makes it slightly more expensive than the Adventure Force darts, but still a great value. And again, I am so looking forward to doing some side-by-side testing and comparisons. And finally, the really cool one is the Tomahawk 60. We were stoked for what we called the Spartan, and here it is. The Tomahawk 60 is a motorized super drum. The drum has 2 layers for an insane 60 dart capacity. It's removable, so presumably that drum will be sold separately later as well. The stock point on the blaster seems like it's N-Strike compatible, and it provides sling points and adjustable sights for max tactics. This is just a really cool looking blaster. It claims 100 FPS on 6 AA's, which is not too shabby for a very affordable $30 in Target early August. I am so getting myself one of these. And now the mod of the week. This week it comes from Foam Brick with the cardboard. Wow! I can't say that without laughing, and honestly, I laughed the moment I saw it. We've actually been thinking of making a cardboard blaster to illustrate that semi-auto blasters are always wired the same way, and you don't need individual mod guides for each blaster to rewire them if you understand the basic concept behind it. And this guy gets it, and he beat us to it. With cardboard, some popsicle sticks for rigidity, and probably a mountain of hot glue, you can do anything. I also really appreciate the magazine sleeve to keep the super janky aesthetic. Not every mod needs to be super polished to be good, and this one really did make me smile. And I'm surprised that it works. It does. Thanks so much for sharing it. Good job. And that is all the news I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, the links to everything that I talked about are down in the description, so you can buy all the things or join in the discussion. While you're down there, you can like, you can subscribe. I recently started a buy me a coffee thing because people were asking for a Patreon, but Patreon feels weird, so this is a lower commitment version of the same thing, kind of. Right here, every other Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Ooh, I feel like I get worse at the outros now that we're doing every other because I'm saying it less times, and it's already a struggle. You all know this. Have a good day, everybody. Out of frame.